Okay, plug that in. Okay. Need to then bring that there. Hello, Kogu. Hello, bruh. Hello, Lily, not your father. Hello, Null. How's your day going? Hello, Mando. Hello, Martinez. Hello, Jankman. And hello, Julian. How's your day going? Hopefully your guys' day is going well. And hello, Emperor. I ain't even in bed yet, and you're streaming already? True, true. Alright. I see muscles on the bottom left one. Yes, yes, you do. A little bit janky, but muscles nonetheless. Okay. It is 4. Hello, Ikwarsu. Hello, Warsu. How's your day going? Hello, Pixel. How's your day going? Thank you for the $1, Shira. I appreciate it. There you go. Can you make tough drawings instead of straight Gunnar art? I will draw what I draw. Ignore my profile picture. Okay, pal. Sure, doing the... Okay. Alright. Oh, good. Just trying to get used to drawing on the new Oogie? Is it Oogie tablet or Uggy Uggy tablet? Okay. I hope you become acclimated to it. I got it so I can draw on the go digitally. Oh, nice. That's good. My tablet cannot do that because it needs a PC to be connected to. But it's good that you have one that can do that. Sometimes you read comments I can't see on my chat. I'm on live chat instead of top chat, so I should be able to read all the comments instead of just the live chat. I mean, instead of just the top chat. So if you can to read all the comments, then you probably need to you need to turn on live chat instead of top chat. Yeah, the top chat filters more messages. Yeah, than live chat. Is that Shira? Yes. Hello, side. How's your day going? To draw blue Judas versus red Judas? Let's see. You're cleaning right now? Well, good luck on your cleaning. Right now, I'm just gonna be, I guess, practicing. Shira kissing Pathos goes strong? Oh. What do you mean? What do you mean goes strong? What do you mean by go strong? Do you like to draw? I don't mind either way, but what do you mean by go strong? You meant Yuri? I see. I see. Oh, okay. Mm, oh, I'll do it after this drawing. Hello, Newport. How's your day going? Well, hopefully your leg recovers. Singularity deducted, kid. Tomboy milk versus femboy milk? Oh, one of these is not like the other. Hello, Script Note. How's your day going? Tongue? Yes, indeed, tongue. I wonder if I'm gonna do a digital stream today. I don't know. I also wanted to record a video. I recorded a video before, but I think I'm gonna record another one. As in, like, yeah, I'm gonna, like, delete the old footage and then just do an entirely new video. I don't know, but I like the drawings I did on that video. For instance, this drawing right here. I think this drawing was here is cool. Oh, what I might do, I might just splice together the two videos. So I'll just take some, like, footage from this session and then do a whole new session, and then, yeah. Your art is amazing, it's long. Well, thank you very much. Rendering tutorial 1? I don't know. Rendering tutorial 1, I figured out how to explain my rendering process, I guess. How do you read comments I can't see? Turn your chat to live chat instead of top chat. Hello, Pyro. How's your day going? Nice character. Thank you very much. Thank you for you letting me use your song. No problem. Hello, Petus. How's your day going? Are these gals to the right? They're the first and third. Oh, the first one and third look a bit more distinct from the other drawings of yours I've seen, especially the third one. This character is Sapphire, one of my OCs. They're all my OCs, and these two drawings are Entropy, another one of my OCs. This one is also Entropy, but I just put her in a, well, she has a different outfit in this one, so yeah. I'm using a zebra pen. I have the problem with drawing the cheeks when drawing the side view. Any advice? I don't think I really draw the cheeks that much. Yeah, I don't really keep in mind the cheeks for the most part, especially from like a side profile. How Yeah, I don't really draw the cheeks from the side view. How about 3/4 view? Still, eh. I mean, I don't know. I just kind of do a bum. I mean, I guess like if I were to super simplify it really, like a lot, I guess I would simplify it like this. But when it comes to this point where when the jaw starts and the chin, like it, when the cheek goes into the jaw chin, I guess I kind of just make sure that it curves out slightly and then curves back in for the most part. Eh, Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how I'd properly explain it because I don't really think about it that much. I found a new way of drawing and I love it. Nice. Yeah, anyways, but yeah. How about the right profile? What? I don't think that's gonna really change anything. There's regular, not here. You plan on drawing Beatrice from ReZero someday? I don't know. Maybe. Maybe. I don't have a super strong desire to draw her. I do like her pigtail. Like I like her character, but just liking a character doesn't make me want to draw them. I like the drill pigtails though, so maybe I don't know. Wait, wait, is Shira shorter than Pathos? I just had a thought that maybe Shira isn't actually taller than Pathos. If I remember correctly, Shira wasn't actually supposed to be that tall. Dinosaurs music? I don't know. What you drawing? Yeah, just characters, practicing and such. I guess. Well, before I do that, I'm doing the. I got donated to, so I'm doing that drawing first. Oh yeah, Pathos is 1 inch taller than Shira. In that case, this height difference doesn't really make that much sense. Maybe Pathos is sitting down or something. I think I'll I think I'll try to make a girl with a drill ahoge. A drill cowlick. Have I ever seen that before? Probably not. Just that would just a little spring on the back. That'd be interesting. You know what? Just to make sure, you guys can hear the background music, right? It's not just my voice. Ah, gee, little creature. True. If it's doing that glitch right now that you can't hear the music, then it's just the voice. Uh, okay. Well, I guess YouTube's doing that thing where it doesn't actually where it's blocking out the background music. I do have music playing, it's just not playing. Huh, it's doing the thing again. Okay, fine. I'll do a stream with that music then. Maybe I'll have to do some more digital streams until it clears up then. I won't end this stream, but interesting. Damn. You got that ASMR? Isn't it just an issue with your OBS? No, I'm not streaming through OBS right now. Right now, I'm streaming through just directly from my phone to YouTube with music in the background. Like, so there's no music file that's playing. I'm just playing music through a speaker, and it should be coming through the speaker of the phone, but it's not doing that, I guess. Yeah, no, yeah, YouTube shouldn't be doing the noise cancellation thing on the music because I think it was a problem earlier, but then they fixed it. But then now it's back again, so unfortunate. Well, I guess it's an excuse to do more digital streams. But yeah, hello, Happy Mew. Do 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 do. No, I've never played Blasphemous. Never played it. It's probably just echo cancellation on the phone's microphone. Might not be YouTube's fault, but your phone's. No, it is YouTube, but this has happened before. At least I assume it's YouTube. Maybe my phone has randomly decided to just kill itself. But no, this has happened before, and it wasn't my phone's fault because if I were to record from my phone's Photos app, like if I were to use like just the video recording, sound does come through. So it's something to do with how my phone interfaces with YouTube for whatever reason. For whatever reason. YouTube be weird like that sometimes. You could use how do you say that? SCRCPY to transform the phone camera into a webcam on OBS. It's not that hard. Probably. Probably. But yeah, I'm not using OBS. I am not using OBS right now. Hello, Ultimi. How's your day going? My phone is an iPhone. Because the noise canceling is automatically on iPhone. No, but it's not like that though. It's not a There's no noise cancellation for music on the iPhone Photos app because I can properly hear music when I record music. I can hear the background when I record videos through my iPhone, well, camera. So it's not something inherently to do with my phone, I don't think. How do you draw an eye in perspective? Um, to draw anything in perspective, it requires you to understand the shape of the thing. When I'm drawing eyes, I think about this type of shape, but the face also has the eyes are not just in the face by themselves. They kind of sink into the face with the eye socket. So to do that, you would have to understand the the face and how the anatomy of the face works. Uh, yeah, for the most part. I probably won't be able to explain it properly. Unfortunately, I did not take any I haven't done any like true formal training. I do a bunch of things through feel after long enough of just practicing. I'm sure there's videos on it though. I'm sure there are tutorials on it. Can you draw a Mew after? No. Okay, so I'm gonna just bring this down over here. Who's Mew? Yeah, I don't usually take suggestions. I'd have to be really interested in the character, or rather, yeah, I don't know. But I usually have to be super interested in the character or the design of the character. Usually the design of the character, to be fair, considering I don't know who that is. Yeah, I don't have any reason to do it. To be fair, most likely, even if I did know who it was, I probably wouldn't have a desire to do it. You'll be trying a new style on the redesign because you've been using it a lot recently, I see. I'm not gonna draw Asriel, no. I like to draw OCs, but I'm just obsessed with Mew. I see. Still don't know who Mew is, but that's good. It's good to have a character you like. What do you mean you don't know who Mew is? Do you know who Mewtwo is? Yeah, I do know who Mewtwo is, but I don't know any Pokemon. So if Mew is a different Pokemon, or like a evolution or the predecessor to Mewtwo, then no, don't know who that is. Don't know Pokemon. Haven't watched the anime, played the games. Oh, Mew's the original. I see, I see. That's cool. Still still haven't seen that design. Oh, it's right here. Bringing that in. I'm gonna be trying to simplify my sketching process today. I'm obsessed with the Mad World Wii art style. Hmm. That was a noob. You like men? You like drawing men? I think you meant it the first time. I'm joking. Mad World. I don't know if I've ever heard of that before. I don't know if I've heard of that before. What is Mad World Wii? Or just Mad World, I guess. I really love your art style. I love your chaotic sketches. Well, thank you. I do like messy, or rather I do like lively lines. I like the chaos, but I want it to be readable. I'm fine with doing messy lines if it's only just one line for the most part. I don't want to do a bunch of lines that start to cloud where the actual forms I'm drawing are. I want to make sure the forms are clear. It's a bit dull without the music. Eh, nothing people haven't been through before. I mean, there was a time when I was streaming and there was just no music for a long time. It be like that. It's not like I'm not used to drawing without music at all, or just existing in a place without any sound. Listen to your thoughts. Be alone with your thoughts. Except you're not even alone with your thoughts. Thoughts are fun. You mean chicken scratches? Yeah. It has a manga style look where everything is black and white except for blood, which paints the world as you dismember enemies. I see. And this is a Wii game? It's 3D, but the textures are drawn to look like a mix between Western comics and Eastern manga. Huh. But my thoughts are scary? Well, learn to tame your thoughts. If your thoughts are the enemy, then you're your enemy, and you don't want to be your enemy, so learn to not be your enemy by learning to control your thoughts. If you could pick one person to not be your enemy in the world, I think you should pick yourself. At the very least, you should be able to trust yourself. Thoughts are not good, they are mean. I think you should beat up your thoughts, teach them how to behave. I'll have you know that your thoughts are living rent-free in your head. You are the landlord. Kick them out. Is that some Yuri hugging that you're drawing right there? Yeah, yeah. I was donated to by Shira. Shira's like supposed. So this character right here is Shira's OC, I think. Yeah, Shira's OC, and kissing the forehead of Pathos. Damn it! Oh, it's right there. Never mind. I still have it. Alrighty, gonna bring it up the eyebrow. Eh, good enough. Okay, time to move on to a actual. I'll do something like that. Bring that back. I think I wanna. No, no, that's proper. I'm gonna be of the derpy face to the right of Yuri. True. It is very, very derpy. There's no better way to describe it. Gonna bring the shoulder down. Knees. Okay, so this arm is gonna be dropping down here. And then we're just gonna be bringing the arm out here. I'm so indecisive and impulsive that I just act like different people depending on the time of day. It'd be like that. Well, while I'm at work, I make plans to look to apply for a new job, do my art, work on my game, hang out with friends, go to the gym, etc. End up doing jack all. At work, I make plans to nap because I was so tired because I was so tired. And the moment I walked home, I became an insomniac. Yeah, yeah. I don't really make plans for the okay, that's not true. I know that generally what I want to do for the most part, but I would say I don't tend to make like really big plans for what I want to do because I know that sometimes I just don't feel like doing the thing whenever it comes to it. Unless it's something that's really important, something that I actually like have a responsibility to do, I don't make plans for it. There's no need for me to plan out all my day. Hmm. Oh, there goes my thing. Hello, Dr. Holiday. How's your day going? Mm, yeah, a little bit messy. Could have done this one better. Sometimes I love heavy metal. Other times I'm addicted to pop. Well, I think that's normal, to be fair. People's music tastes change. People can listen to a bunch of things. Or rather, you can just be in the mood for different things normally. I think that's normal. I think everyone goes through that. Well, you know, I'm saying everyone in a hyperbolic sense. You know the gag where a flat woman takes a selfie after putting their knees under their shirt to fake having a sizable chest? Any of your OCs that would do that, either from insecurity or for the memes? Um, hmm. Yeah, I'm sure. For the memes, probably Laxu, but I don't think it really makes sense for her. But yeah, maybe Laxu. Laxu does things for the memes. I think Gnoma would do it. I mean, look at this face. Is this face the face of a non meme person? No, this is a meme person. This is a meme face. It's too smug. It's too mischievous. Where's the music? Gone. Reduced to atoms. For one to such deep thought that he started browsing the scriptures, true. Look, okay, I'm not so diligent that I can recite every single verse just off the top of my head. I gotta go and reference the material. Hello, Just Hydra. Quiet. Very quiet. You know, I don't mind quiet, but the only reason I'm talking to fill the silence is because some people can't handle the silence. Can't handle the sound of your heart. I wonder if people don't like the silence because they notice their own impatience or something. The need to do something. Did have Noman being not just evil, but also an epic memer sure does make her more likable. Kind of alike to Loki, I guess. Yeah, true. Why no music? YouTube is blocking the music, canceling the music, something like noise cancellation. But yeah, yeah. Noma, like her whole thing is being able to copy things. She's really good at copying things, so she can copy behaviors to suit whatever it is that she's trying to do to seem more likable. Like her personality is literally to seem more likable. Not that she's actually feeling the things that she's portraying. Oh, not really. But just she picks the expression she wants to portray the most in that circumstance. You could try Mad World's music. Tons of streamers use it. No, I'm not saying my music is like copyrighted and so it's getting blocked. I'm saying my music, like I literally because I'm right now I'm streaming through my phone, right? There's no streaming software that I'm connected to other than streaming directly to YouTube. So, YouTube is like basically blocking any ambient sound other than my voice for whatever reason. And so any music that I would play in the background is gonna get silenced. Yeah, like voice isolation is what's happening. Goodbye, Lily. But can she copy these nuts? Probably. Yes, Control C, Control V. That's Noma. What's her core personality? Or she's like water and takes whatever shape without being affected anyway. Um, I mean, her core personality is pretty cold. She kind of just wants to. Her entire goal is to make everything a her. She's the god of singularity. So the god of just one thing, one concept. Her goal is to her goal is to make it so that there's only one concept in the world, basically. So So yeah, her personality kind of is just the her personality is not she doesn't really have much of a at the deepest level, she's just the concept of bringing everything together at once. Usually gods don't really have much of a personality because they're just their concept. Their personality is brought out depending on the vessel that they've taken on, but because Noma just takes on a bunch of different forms and shapes depending on how she wants to portray herself. Her personality is yeah, the most common personality is just like this I don't know. Damn it, don't you dare fall. Wonder how I'd hmm, I don't know. Does she can I fit her into like an archetype that'd make it easier for like easy to like categorize her? I don't know. I'd have to figure it out. Is she single celled? No. Eh, I mean, so Noma's body is not really like much of a she's taking on the shape of a human body or like something that looks human, but she doesn't really have it's really just the outside of her that looks like like a person. She doesn't need to look like how she does. She just does it to she does it to like fit in with the world better, basically. Okay, goodbye, Happy Meal. Have a good day. So she's containing the memories of everything in herself? Yeah, that's her goal. Well, not the memories. She just wants to yeah, just kind of everything, the concepts. Basically, in the world, concepts are gods or gods are concepts. The concepts come first, the gods come after. So she wants to basically consume all of the gods and make it so there's only one concept because every time she eats a god, the god becomes part of her. And so eventually the only concept will be the concept of singularity. That's her goal. Um, whatever follows that. She's just a consciousness and is above a layer, and that layer is overlapping over the real world. Thus, reality has a different meaning for her. Well, yeah, the gods don't really see the world in the same way that a person would see the world. At least not normally, not usually. The gods are kind of just like remote controlling different vessels for the most part. Noma included. You mean she is absorbing and makes their cells part of her? No, she doesn't need to like absorb the physic. She doesn't truly like the absorbing that she does is more sh- essentially, basically. Like, let's just say we have water. Let's say we have a cup. You know how like water exists, right? Like water is a thing that exists. There is also a god of water. Ice exists. There's a god of ice. Fire. Tables, doors, houses. There's a god of like there's a lot of concepts. And every concept has like a god for the most part. Noma eats the gods, and the gods are the representation of the concepts. So when Noma eats a god, in she inherits that attribute. She basically takes the concepts onto herself. So after she eats all of the gods, she's gonna like basically consume every single one of the gods until there's no gods left, and then she'll be like the one concept that contains all the other concepts. Is her that's like the goal. Hmm. Like Acreus, but with Yuta's copy conditions. I guess I don't know what Yuta's copy conditions are. I haven't watched ReZero season. No, what the heck? Not ReZero. I assume Yuta from JJK is because that's the most popular Yuta right now. I'm pretty sure. So Yuta from JJK, and I do think he has. Yeah, I do know that he copies things. Don't know the copy conditions of Yuta. No, nor do I really want to be spoiled on JJK season 3. Also, I think you mean are you talking about the Acreus from Pokemon or whatever. However you say it, I don't know. Hello, Nobi. Hello everybody from Portugal. Well, hello. I have a bone to pick with the god of table quarters. I I too would have a bone to pick with the god of table corners. Although I would say that table corners have not done me anything bad. So actually, I don't think I have one. I don't think I have beef with table corners. I don't think they were saying hello from like hello everybody is from Portugal. I think they were saying hello everybody from Portugal, like sending a hello from from Portugal. So if we start to believe in a new god, the concept of this new god will make it real. There's the only it's not like people don't necessarily make gods for the most part. Um at least it cannot just be a person's belief. There is a god of faith, but it's not that faith makes gods. Um, no. So not simply just believing in something doesn't make it a god. There must be some tangibility for the most part. Um, yeah. The god of faith is the god that encapsulates the idea of people believing in something and it affecting them. Yes, there's traditional art. So Noma decides to vomit on grass. With the god essence, she absorbs spawn a god of grass. No, Noma can't really spit back out the thing that she eats. It's permanently with her now. The digital drawing streams were nice, and so is this one. Well, thank you very much. What am I doing? Not focusing. Right, right. That's what happens when I start talking about lore. Well, that's just what happens when I start talking. Let me do a different drawing. Let me just reset. Do another one like that, but slightly different. Basically, for a god to exist, it kind of just needs a tangible concept to go along with it. The more intangible the concept, for the most part, is like the less likely a god is to exist. Things that have like solid grounding, I guess, are the gods that exist. But the more nebulous the concept, like for instance, god of hero, like the god of heroes, for instance, that probably won't exist. Or like god of yeah, it'd have to be the god would have to be more so grounded in something. A god can't just exist out of nothing. Like yeah, I guess I said it the best way I could. No, yeah. So let me see. It's not like there's a god of like the dust in like the corner of the room, of this room in particular. But there could be a god of like, and like perhaps even the god of like dust itself, but there might be just a god of like particles or like something like that. Not particles, but you know what I'm trying to say. And there are a lot of times where a bunch of where like there are a lot of no, not that. Whatever. Doors can be made with anything though. How come there's a god of those? Because yeah, so that's what I was saying. I was saying like a person can't just make a god out of nothing, like out of pure belief. But if there is like a thing that like doors have a function basically. And so because doors and by like doors I mean it's just like gateway. passageway, basically. That's what the god of doors actually is. Not the god of a thing on a hinge. It's more so the god of doorways or pathways, or not pathway, but like an entrance into something. Like a mouth. Like a mouth would be a door. Like the god of, yeah, like a mouth. Or what's another way to think of this? Yeah, a mouth. Are you religious? No, not religious. God of the sweat, but only the sweat specifically on female feet. That's a little specific. Hmm. It's another low angle shot. In Pokemon, there's a god of dark matter. Like, bro, why does he even exist? Um, because dark matter sounds cool. Probably. I think it seems like a big part of like why a god would exist would be like the function of them. Like, if that makes sense. I think functionality or something like that. What the thing does also has a it seems to be that way. I think all of the gods that exist in the story usually have for the most part unique functionality. What about games? They're tangible and serve a purpose. Yeah, no. So there's no, to be fair, there's no like nah, anyways. Yeah, God of like games could exist. Not that it's like explored for the most part. I don't think there's not a big place in the story for a god of games. Not well, because that's just not where the story's pointed. But I don't see a reason why a god of games couldn't exist, because that's definitely a thing that serves a function that can be games, but a game, yeah, I mean, it's totally a thing that could happen. I think yeah, that seems almost fine. It's a little bit questionable, but it seems almost fine. God of violence? Yeah, that seems, well, the god of things being preyed upon, the god of apex predators exists. Or just it's just really just like, yeah, preying on anything in general. So that god exists, so god of violence, yeah. Yeah, yeah, that could exist. God of sweat, but only the sweat specific on feet. Functions would be making all female feet sweaty. Um, no, what I meant by function is like the thing itself must have a mm, like weapons have a function, if that makes sense. So like a god of weapons would, I'm saying like it it has to have like a pretty good tangible function, I guess. Like a god of games probably could exist because games kind of have the function of entertaining people. So maybe not even god of games, maybe it'd just be a god of entertainment or something like that. God of eye blinking, or maybe god of hairfall. God of gooning, god of quantum mechanics. Yeah, I think that could be a god. God of quantum mechanics exists. I mean, yeah, the more like the things that are super tangible are like almost certainly a god. Like water, like rock, space. But then you have more like you have more less you have less tangible gods, like the god of the passage of time. But certainly like gods like light, absence of light, that type of thing. Space, they exist. God of pubic hair. God of plastic. Does the god of dumbness exist? Yeah, the god of life exists, that's for sure. The god of life certainly exists. Do 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 do. I wonder if my singing gets you think my singing would get filtered? I just landed. What are we talking about? Atheism, theism, agnosticism. Talking about gods in my story, I guess. It doesn't get filtered. Oh, I see. So maybe a god is something that has a concept of other concepts. Like the god of age can contain single life Yeah, okay, so like hair fall? Oh, like hair falling out. Um, okay, so like the god of life would contain the god of like yeah, yeah. The god of life would contain the god of like predators and prey, would contain yeah, and then they like the way how gods work, there's like the first god, which is like the god of everything, and then like a tree, it like sprouts off into these different subclasses of gods. But as the as the subclasses get more specific and niche, there's a less likelihood of it existing, basically. Unless there's some like amount of tangibility or function that like the god or like that the concept exhibits. When the concept has enough function or tangibility, then a god can is like more likely to exist from it, I guess. Would be the best way to put it. How about the god of virtual reality? Virtual reality doesn't really exist in that universe, so probably not, no. In Pokemon, Mew is the god of life. He contains every DNA, and he creates them through creating new DNA in his body. Oh, I see. Yeah, it's cool. Like I thought earlier, it's just the phone doing echo cancellation on the microphone input, and apparently also the YouTube app not using Apple's API to correctly grab both microphone and on-device audio. Ah, yeah, I don't have on-device audio though, so it's cause the music plays like ambiently through the speakers in the room. So at least for like not on my digital streams, I do have the music playing directly into OBS, right? But I think the problem here happens just because I'm not playing it through like any software. Shira doing the yep, she's doing that yeah, Shira's doing that face. Zen, hello Zen, how's your day going? Subdivision. So the deeper you go, the more they lost individuality or consciousness. Yeah, not consciousness. I don't think even a god necessarily needs to be conscious. I don't think it needs to be that way. But yeah, like I think the gods really start to break down when it gets down into like like the life-based concepts. Like because there's so many different things that happen like due to consciousness and people being alive and people perceiving different things and people perceiving different concepts. Like yeah, there's practically infinite concepts. But especially when it comes to like those that are spawned from I mean, in a sense, you can probably even make the claim that there are no concepts that exist in the first place. Like, the only reason concepts exist is that people are really good at separating the universe into different parts. And so, truly, there's only really just one concept, like the concept of the universe or the concept of yeah, the bubble or whatever the universe is. You can probably just say that there's only one concept, and in actuality, all of the other concepts are just false perceptions of the world. that we live in. Um, but certainly, if the concept has less functionality, n- yeah, I don't know how to phrase it properly, but something like that. Like the god of life subdivided into god of age or death and divide into weak. So yes, yeah. Eventually, like as they go down, it becomes less likely to just exist. And at a certain point, they just that like the concept doesn't have a god associated with it because the concept is too weak. It's too fragmented. Hello, Rapdog, and hello, Mitsuru. How's your day going? Have you even thought about how they would look, like how the gods would look? Well, yeah. I do. Yeah. For the most part, I think when it comes to the god's true form, I do like I give some thought to it. In the end, sometimes it's just like for fun. Oh, I think this design will look cool, so I draw that design. And sometimes it's like, oh, I wonder how I could relate the design. I mean, there is yeah, it's also sometimes how can I relate this design to the actual concept? Noma's true like Noma's true form, the god of singularity's true form, is just like a bunch of grasping hands because basically she's just trying to pull everything towards herself. She's a god of absorbing things, basically. It could have been mouths, I guess. It could have been like a stomach. Noma could have just actually just been a stomach or something like that. But yeah. So in other words, there's a god which contains all this knowledge until it acknowledges individually. Wait, hold on. There there is a god. They is a god which contains all this knowledge. And until it acknowledges its individuality, the god won't exist. Maybe. Maybe? Yeah, it is paper today. Hello, Dogus. How's your day going? Hello, Temmie. Acknowledge me? I think I have acknowledged you, though. Um, have you heard about wetting the paper technique for shading in pen? I've not heard about that. Do you draw furry? Not really. I mean, I do when I'm donated to, I guess, or commissioned. For instance, this character right here is Shira, and I'm pretty sure Shira would consider herself a furry, or his Shira would consider Shira a furry. You mentioned the pathos drawing. You mentioned that the pathos Yuri drawing is due to a donation. Yes. Doesn't that mean that you basically pimped her out? Ah, hmm. I guess you could think of it that way. Don't worry, it's not canon. That's just an alternate version. I mean, in the first place, I don't think pathos. I do usually try and keep the characters in character for the most part. And because Pathos is the type of character that is very, I don't know, Pathos is very just chill, I guess. So I figured, yeah, no, that'd work for her. She'd probably just sit there and just let it happen. It's not like Pathos would feel like it's not like Pathos has a reason to avoid the kiss. So yeah, how would the God of Gravity look like? Mm, I mean, I would feel like the God of Gravity. To be fair, when it comes to any god that becomes too abstract, the true form of that god. I do simplify it. Like, so maybe it'd just be like the god of gravity would look would just be a field, perhaps with a bunch of stars, maybe. But all of the stars are like curving. So I'm imagining like a bunch of streaking lines coming. Like when I'm thinking of the god of gravity, I think of like a warped field. Um, I don't know. I like Lovecraftian stuff, so I'd probably go for something really large or or like a confusing warping shape is probably what I think about it as. God of Gravity versus God of Gravity. The situation. Who wins? Oh, oh, God of Gravity of this situation. The God of Gravity would win. The power level, quote unquote, of these gods are kind of just dependent on how fundamental they are, how close to the root they are of like basically, like as I explained, like the tree analogy for how the gods work. There's the first concept, and it branches off into other concepts, and they branch off into more concepts. The closer that the gods are to the original concept is the stronger they are. So the more fundamental they are, Yeah, like a black hole. I think, yeah, I'm thinking something like a black hole is how the god of gravity would work. Tell me their stats. There's no stats. I don't need to explain why a god of life would be blue. It's a very intuitive thought process. I don't think god of life would be blue. I don't think so. When I think of life, I mean, like, if I had to associate a color with it, I'd think of like red because blood. The god of concepts. There is no god of concepts, funnily enough. Actually, maybe the god of concepts is just the first god. I will send you a video about that technique. Okay. Mm, god of context. Yeah, I think the god of context. I don't know. Could the god of context? Hmm. Any case, it feels right to me that the god of context would be pretty weak compared to the god of gravity. But then existence came first, or did concepts came? Yeah, existence came first. The god of like existence is like the first god, or I get actually, it's more so the god of. So the way that how the universe is supposed to be set up, basically, there is this entity who you can actually consider like an omniscient, or not omniscient, but like an omnipotent god. So there's like an omnipotent entity that creates the universe. Before the omnipotent entity creates this bubble that the universe becomes, there is nothing. So like the god, the entity thing creates the bubble. There's nothing in the bubble. So the first god is the god of nothing. Then at the moment one thing starts to exist inside of the universe, the god of everything starts to exist. And so on and so forth until you get to, and so on and so on and so forth. You go down the line. So the first god actually kind of sorta is like nothing, which doesn't really do anything. The god of nothing doesn't really do anything. I say god of nothing exists, but it's more like I think the god of everything and nothing are kind of the same thing. They're like the god of everything and nothing are tied together in one thing, if that makes sense. So you don't actually really need to count the god of nothing as a god. Ask GPT. I don't think Chat GPT is gonna actually give you an answer for that question. Singularity ignored me. Oh. Why do you believe in God and not something different? Oh, I don't believe in God. I'm not religious. Like what I think is that when I was studying thermodynamics, we were introduced to this this word spontaneous chemical reactions are those which proceed to happen on its own without any external help. Yeah. So if a reaction can proceed, or new reactions or new products can be created on its own, then why not the universe? Um, would the god of effort be a looks-maxing coach? Maybe. He's ignoring me too, huh? This thing already made the god of everything. I'm not ignoring you, I just don't have anything to really respond to. If I can't properly respond to anything in like a interesting way, I don't really have anything to say about it, so I probably won't comment on it. Not that I don't see it, I see it. I just there's nothing for me to say. Like if someone came in here and just said something like poopy poop 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 peep peep poop poop. I'm probably not gonna actually, to be fair, that would be so random that I might just comment on it. God ignoring me. Oh. Yeah, no, see, I think in the end, I mean, if we're talking about something coming into existence from nothing, I technically, if you have nothing, if nothing exists, like no rules, no laws, no matter, no space, no time, um, if nothing exists, there's no laws to say that something can't come into existence from nothing. So I don't see a reason to say that nothing can come. That I can't see a reason to say that something can't come from nothing because nothing doesn't have any rules, I guess. In a sense, it kind of feels like nothing is the perfect breeding ground for something to happen. In a sense, I mean, that's how it was. That's how, like, that's a way that it could be thought as of. I don't know. Don't have a dog in this horse. Wait, I don't have a dog in this horse. I don't have a horse in this race. I don't have a dog in this race. I don't think that works. Is the omnipotent God also omnipresent? Something like that. It's more like it seems to be the God of. Well, yeah, it seemed to have just become the universe, something like that. It's not really a thinking god. I wouldn't even consider it like a person. I don't really I wouldn't consider that god a thing that thinks. The omnipotent entity that in the universe of my OCs created the universe didn't really think. It kind of just did. It just did stuff, I guess. Maybe you should go to sleep, no one. That's an interesting way to think about the start of the universe. I'm gonna ponder that one more. Oh, something coming from nothing or something, or are you talking about something else? No, I don't think Maharaga is considered a god. Um, I forgot. There are like Maharaga is actually. I think it's supposed to be like the original thing that Maharaga is supposed to be is like Makora or something like that. I forget what mythology Makora is from. In any case, it's not like God. It's just like I mean, it's a divine being, but not like similar. Maybe similar to like an angel or something like that. I don't know. I don't know the story properly enough to like explain it properly. I haven't even watched Jujutsu Kaisen season 3. Like in Greek mythology, they didn't know how thundering occurs, so they just named it Thor, the god of lightning. Yeah, I mean, when it comes to gods and stuff, I think people come up with ideas. It doesn't even have to be gods. People just come up with ideas of how things work when they don't know how the thing works, right? Because people are kind of they're deathly afraid of the unknowns. So whenever there is an unknown, people must fill the gap. Fill the gap with something. It doesn't have to be gods. It can be aliens. It could be whatever, but they have to fill it with something. I've watched season 2 of JJK. I have not watched season 3 of JJK. Is the god of death alive? No, gods are not alive in the first place. At least in my story, right? The gods are kind of just like personifications of concepts. So, but yeah, they're not really alive. I wouldn't say that they could. A god can't really die so long as their concept actually exists. I think if you wanted to get rid of a god, you'd have to get rid of so like if you want to kill or just erase, I guess would be the better word, the god of death, you'd have to get rid of living things in the first place to make sure that death doesn't exist in the first place. And then or just make everything immortal. If nothing dies anymore, then death doesn't exist, and so the god of death would cease to exist. The reason I don't like concept of God is because it just limits the human mind to stop thinking that much. I mean, fair. I mean, I don't think. Let me see. I don't think is the funniest response to that. Nah, I don't think. No, but I don't know. I don't mind it. I think in general people are always going to do that. I don't think it's really human. I don't think it's a thing that necessarily limits thoughts. I think it's not like I think that it's the human brain that made the concept of like, those types of concepts, gods and such. The human brain came up with it because it's the human brain. I don't think it's like I think no matter what, it would always have existed. I can't really see a world. I can't think of a world. I guess I lack the imagination to think of a world where people with the brains that we have right now would not come up with like gods and things, gods and aliens. I think the human brain is like a theory crafting machine. Not really, of course, but I just think it's really good at doing that. Probably for survival because it needs to be good at like the human brain needs to be good at like coming up with scenarios and coming up with different concepts and different ideas. And one of those concepts, a very useful one, I guess, is like gods, I guess. Gods or ghosts or monsters, things to explain things that we can't understand right now. I don't think a world with humans exists without like gods. Hello, Hyundai, how's your day going? Are there gods of seven deadly sins? Not really. No. Okay, well, there's a god of like gluttony, but the god of gluttony is not really the god of gluttony. More, the god of gluttony is just the god of consumption, given a neat name. I just like the name gluttony, but it's not actually the god of like eating. Actually, maybe the god of gluttony does just. Maybe that's the most apt. There's only, I think, the only god that has the most like relation to the seven deadly sins is the god of gluttony, but the god of gluttony is just like the god of eating things, the god of consumption for the most part. Consumption and digestion. Um, and it's called gluttony because consumption is a little bit clunky. But I think that's the only god that could actually just properly be like a sin. Like it's the god that most represents a seven deadly sin that it's closest to. The god of gluttony seems to just be gluttony, but not really. Doing well, you must be doing well. You you must be doing well. You are feeling religious. I'm not really feeling religious, no. Without humans, there's no God? I probably not, yeah. Wait, if stopping all death would remove the god of death, then wouldn't Noma's singularity power ultimately remove the vast majority of powers she consumed, leaving only the most fundamental ones? Yeah, so like what Noma does is she doesn't erase the concept. Yeah, she kind of does erase concept, but she just makes them a part of herself. So she exhibits the attributes of those gods. Basically, what Noma's doing, she's getting rid of like the pantheon of gods and she's becoming an omnipotent god. So she's becoming the ultimate concept that represents the universe is what she's doing basically. She's not really erasing things actually. I take it back. She's erasing the gods that she's kind of erasing the gods that she eats, but she's not erasing the concepts themselves. She's taking the responsibility of being the representation of those concepts upon herself. That was a clunky way of saying it. God of lust. There's a god of pleasure. So I guess the god of pleasure would probably be like the idea of lust would be contained inside the god of pleasure. How do people even write stories? I just realized I have no idea at all how that works. I'm sure you can write stories. I think we tell ourselves stories in our heads all the time. So I guess to figure out how to write stories, you just kind of have to figure out how you think. And then to write a story like a narrative, I think you just have to be able to tie together different ideas in your head. To write a good story, just tie together ideas in a way that makes sense and is satisfying. I said ultimately, like when she eats everything, achieves singularity. Then for example, there would be nothing else than her. Yes, yeah. Nothing could die, so no god of death powers. Same with other ones, right? What she's not eating the universe. She's just eating the gods. Right? So like if we go over like the way how the powers worked, it's not that she's eating everything. To be fair, I think after Noma gains all of the powers of the god, she might just get rid of the universe. Like she might just make the universe one thing. But it's not necessary. Like all she's doing is eating the gods that represent the concepts. She's not actually erasing or destroying any of the concepts themselves. She's not eating the universe or any material thing. She's eating the gods. And the way that she eats the yeah, well, yeah. What do you think is good? What people normally think is good? There are methods to create a nice narrative. Oh, yeah, yeah, for sure. I mean, a good way to figure out how to make a good story is just read a lot of stories or watch a lot of stories. Read movies, watch movies, read books, watch shows, watch things that interest you, and watch good writing, and just figure out like, oh, I think after you intake enough of these things, you will become better at telling stories because you've seen how good stories are told, I guess. I was trying to make a storyboard for my anime, but I'm not able to draw a person sprinting from top front view. So can you draw me one, please? No, probably not. I mean, I'm not really interested in drawing that right now, and I wouldn't say I'm the best at that. I'm not an expert in. I just kind of I'm good at what I'm good at, but I'm. It's like Hanakawa says, I don't know everything. I just know what I know. Um, and then to be fair, what I know is not. I don't even do what I know the best. I don't know how I would draw a top-down sprinting view. I mean, I guess I would try, but I'm not really interested in trying right now, unfortunately. So it's not guaranteed that she will remove the universe when she eats all the gods. Yeah, it's not guaranteed. Though the personality of gods usually are like connected to their concept. So I don't see a way. I feel like it makes sense that Noma, after she gains the power to enact her will on the universe, I don't see a reason why she wouldn't just make the universe one thing anyways. Like it's not what she needs to do, but it feels like the most likely thing that she would do. Um, just a possibility. I thought that on earlier stream you said that she will do it. Yeah, I think she will do it. I think that makes the most sense for her character because that just kind of fits singularity. Like there's no I don't think she would feel the need to have the universe exist. Today's chat is very locked in compared to the previous streams. Yeah, I think because there's less music, so there's less distraction. Maybe trying to maybe the reason why it's like this right now is because people are forced are forced to like be alone with their thoughts. I feel like in general the traditional streams are like this a lot though. Dennis, did you write a novel? No, but I do have a story in mind. Oh man, I love consuming media. Media is great, yeah. I just need anatomy. Yeah, well, I mean, the way I think about the body is I think about the body as the way I think about the body is simplified boxes. I guess I think about the body in simplified boxes and cylinders. The limbs are cylinders, but the main torso and head are like boxes. Um, so by thinking about the body in these easy to understand 3D shapes, it makes it easier to orient the body, I guess. Previously? Was it yesterday? Everyone was way off topic, is what I mean. No, you're right. You're right. I don't know why. There's just days like that. Mm, okay, sure, I'll do that. Not womb maxing. Not again. I haven't been able to lay down on the ground and feel like trash in a long time because the floor is dirty. Ah, unfortunate. Um, so we're gonna be bringing this over here, I guess. Let's just assume the neck is there. Shoulder is there. Shoulder is there, so the side of the body is there. Other side of the body is there. Let's just cut off the body here. I think I have a habit of making the body too long, so let me artificially shorten it, so maybe I can do it better. No soundtrack? Nope, it's being silenced. The soundtrack is being silenced. Just did a blasphemous fan art sketch, feeling good. Nice, that's good. And then maybe here. So I think that's how to. This almost reminds me of the Jacko pose. It's not supposed to be the Jacko pose, but it does kind of look like it. I want to bring the arm over here, then here, then out here. Same with the other shoulder and the other arm. I like to think on the rib cage as an egg, but squished on sides. No, that makes sense. When I think of the rib cage, I kind of think, to be fair, I think of the rib cage as like a box, but I guess the true shape on how I think of it is kind of like a wide cylinder, but flat on the faces. So something like this. If this is the bottom of it, we can just consider it flat. But the sides are rounded, but the front of it is kind of flat-ish. Something like this. Um, because it has the properties of like a cube, kind of, in which you can tell like where's the front and the back. Um, but it also is rounded, like an actual, like kind of how the body is, because obviously the body is not like a box. Do you see my earlier question? If you draw someone wearing a hanfu, chat was extra active then? I don't think I did. A hanfu, that's the Chai. I forget. Was that like the robe thing? You see the rib cage as a barrel? Yeah, kinda. My favorite food is fried rice, but actually my favorite food is roti. But I will say fried rice because that's I think fried rice is good too. I like roti better though. Barbecue tofu roti. Yeah, this shape, but the tip is smaller to give it space for the clavicles. No, yeah, makes sense. Makes sense, makes sense. Do I draw any creatures other than humans, and what anatomy techniques do you use for that? I mean, yes, I have drawn creatures besides humans. My anatomy techniques for that is just the same. So I still simplify everything into cubes and boxes. And when it comes to animals, for the most part, animals still have bones, rib cage, for the most part, rib cages, pelvises, limbs. It's just that sometimes the limbs are going in odd directions, usually. Yeah, usually. So but yeah, I mean, it's just like I was doing the same thing, I guess, simplifying them into boxes, cylinders. That's pretty long. I should have shortened it a little bit. To shorten, can I even shorten this already, or is it too late to shorten? Eh, probably a little bit too late to shorten. Well, I tried. Are you brown? I am African American. Can I send you a video of this drip? Sure. Birds are an exception, to be honest. Fair enough. When it comes to drawing birds, I kind of just think of a ball of fluff. It depends on the type of bird, of course, but especially for like the small, cute ones, I just think of a ball of fluff. Something like this. Of course, wings are a thing, which is a little bit annoying that they exist, but it's cool. I say to the most interesting part about birds, I think. Birds, they're great, but wings? Boo. Boo wings. By the way, I just ate 5 roti. That's a lot of roti. How much time did it take you to draw without two visible guidelines? I don't know. I don't know. Because I've been drawing for 9 years. I think in general, maybe last year, so like the year before, 2024, is kind of when I started getting good, decent at drawing without guidelines. Um, no, I do draw with guidelines. The reason, so even though my guidelines look less visible, that's just because I kind of tried to incorporate the guidelines into my final sketch. Like, if you look over here, you can see all the guidelines I used. You can see, like, the middle line for the torso, you can see the center line, you can see all these different, like, searching lines, but they look less substantial because of the final lines that I put down for the body are darker. Because I put down final darker lines after the fact, after I do the guidelines tend to fade out a little bit in your perception, even though the guidelines don't actually fade in reality. I love penguins. Penguins are cute. Penguins are cute. There's a box with a pine inside of it. It doesn't look like a face, but every time I look back to investigate the weird noise of the house, I can see a frat boy in the edge of my peripheral vision. That's terrifying. I just wrote a novel. Only have 4 chapters so far. Even though I have a great story in my mind, there's too much plot holes. Unfortunate. Have I ever played Hades? I have played Hades. Yeah, I think it was cool. I think Hades is cool. Have you ever read Crime and Punishment? No, I haven't read a bunch of things. There's a bunch of things I haven't read. What do you like with roti? My favorite one is barbecue tofu roti with like potato and stuff and soy. It's called like the thing from the I don't even know what the restaurant is actually called, but it's barbecue tofu. There's like potato. There's obviously barbecue. There is tofu. There's potato tofu. There's I think it's chickpeas. Cool. Yeah, chickpeas too. Have you read The Man Who Risked It All? No, no. That pose looks good. Thank you. I bought a book of Dostoevsky. Is it Dostoevsky? Yep, let's go with Dostoevsky. Yesterday, the brothers something something. I see. Do you like cauliflower? It's cool. I like cauliflower when I was younger. Fried cauliflower was very cool. Nowadays, I don't really. I wouldn't say I like cauliflower that much. Um, it's not like I hate it. I don't know. I fell out of love with cauliflower. What if I draw Beatrice? I did say I don't have a strong want to draw her, but maybe I can. Did you know about the Chinese and Japanese mythologies? Not really, no. You also try Indian cuisine, it's just so peak. Probably. I mean, most cultures have like a really good have like yeah. Although yeah, most cultures have a really good just food in general. If you look around enough, some cultures have more good food than others, of course. But when I say good food, I mean just food that tastes good to me, because good subjective. Good subjective, bad subjective. Mm, Hmm. Do, 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 do. I don't even have any Beatrice references. I guess that tells you how much I haven't thought about drawing her. What do you think about using 5 to 4 equal circles when drawing a body to get the proportions right? Like one circle is the head, one circle's upper torso. Yeah, I haven't done that. I don't know. I never really liked um systematize, is that the right word? Systematizing? My proportions. I was just never really the type of person who was really interested in doing proportions super accurately. I like the idea of doing proportions out of feel, and I guess that's just the way I've oriented myself now. So when it comes to like methods that use like really technical, well, technical measurements and stuff, even though those circles are not that technical, but you know what I'm saying. I just haven't done those. I haven't tried them. Although it's not the case that you probably wouldn't be able to use those systems on my drawings and like kind of like see some sort of uh some consistency between proportions, but I'm not really thinking about it that much. I just kind of draw what kind of looks correct, sort of. Do you earn money from NSFW? Well, I do have a Patreon, so yeah, technically. You just draw bodies so easily. I gave up on humans and started to draw everything else, or sometimes manga. You draw manga without humans? Well, fair enough. That's the thing that, yeah, that's possible, I'm sure. Okay, so she has this thing this like fluffy thing. She also has a really large forehead. Need to remember the large forehead. Fluffy thing that comes over here. Um, I mean, it'll be going over this arm, so I don't really have to think about it that much. Whenever I try to draw, I use this because, dunno. I guess I just saw a few tutorials with them, but man, they're such a pain in the ass to draw and erase every time. Fair enough. Fair enough. I've never done that before. How'd that even work? I assume like I guess you just like carve into the first circle. The neck is somewhere here. I don't know. Yeah, no, never used it before. Also, I'm making this body really small. Yeah, I don't actually know what the circles stand for. I mean, you did say like head, upper torso, lower torso. Um, yeah, I run those circles. Yeah, I'd have to figure out how you would actually proportion. Not that I'm really interested in doing that method, to be fair. I think I'm quite happy with where I am right now. Do you listen to Rage Against the Machine? Never heard of that. I was about to say a misogynistic joke. I see. What were you drawing? Wait, who? Hmm, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. How would that work? I have a darker pencil. Maybe I can jot down the final-ish lines with this. This leg is a little bit too short or too small, too thin. Mm, yeah, no, I'm sure I've done something wrong here, but yeah, we tried. The speed at which you did that was impressive. Well, thank you. You did that in 5 seconds. You did in 5 seconds what takes me 30 minutes to barely get right. Well, that's because I am reckless. I draw with reckless abandon, as you can see by this clusterfuck of scribbles. Okay. You watch Nifty Arts? Nope, don't know who that is. Mm. Well, wait, hold on. That arm is a little bit too long. Yeah, I think there's a lot of things that are just a little bit off with this drawing. Like, I think the arm should be probably finishing here. Maybe I should even shorten. I think I would shorten the actual legs too. Hello, Mr. Doggy. How's your day going? And hello, Corey. How's your day going? Hello, Generic Channel. How's your day going? I'm so sorry for not coming a lot, but sadly, I got to work on some art for an art show. So they will. So so I will. Nope, can't figure that out. Well, good luck with your art stuff, though. That's what the circle stands for. It's basically head, upper torso, hips, thighs, calves. However, if it's a child, then the proportionate change to 4. Oh, the proportionate change to 4 somehow or something like that. I don't remember. I see. Yeah, I don't know. It's odd. Well, it seems okay. So what it is the body would be really small then. Like as in, you're not actually using the entire. I guess. So if I were to think about it, you're not really using the entirety of the circles. The circles are not supposed to represent the size of the body parts themselves, or the body parts are not supposed to fit into the circles. They're just supposed to be um like the maximum area that they take up or something like that. So it'd more so be like, I guess you kind of anchor it based on the. No, no. Yeah, and then that's the okay, cool. I get it a little bit more. So like this part would be the torso. The legs would be coming out. Okay, okay. I can see sorta. You'd have to really shrink the body though. Well, I meant to put try. Oh, okay. So I will try to see the art next time. So much art stuff coming up. Oh yeah, well good luck then. Hi, I'm good, love the art. Thank you very much. Yeah, the circles are mostly about the vertical proportion guides. Helps with the arm length too. I see. I see. Yeah, this arm is really long. That's how it turns out every time I try and use a different method than whatever the heck I always do. It just all the proportions turn out a little bit off. But that makes sense considering considering I wouldn't be used to it. This bird has really long legs. Not really though. I just wanted to make the bird cute. I'm actually somehow way better at drawing birds than humans. Oh, that's fair. By the way, I saw an ancient Twitter post of yours with a cat, and oh my god, what a cutie. Was it like a was it a cat with horns and stuff? Which one was it? Yeah. No, I think I'd probably be better at drawing birds too if I actually put my mind to it. Birds are yeah, birds are kind of less complicated with the overall shape that they have. They're kind of just like three shapes or two shapes, kind of two shapes with like wings and then feet. From what I see, it was a normal cat. Oh, I remember that drawing. Yeah, I did that drawing a long time ago. I forgot why I did that drawing though. Why did I draw that cat? Huh. Hello, Zeros. How's your day going? Mm, Beatrice got a little crown. She also has this massive forehead. Something like there. Tiny eyebrows. Hello, Kirity. How's your day going? Can you only draw female bodies, or is there any specific subject you'd like to draw? No, I can draw guys. I just want to draw girls. I can draw men. I can draw men. I just mostly draw women. I mean, like, I don't know. You see bosom? Do ya? Fair enough. If you remember when I talked about the pose that you did there on the knees, stretching, I meant it's a bit more frontal facing, allowing for a down blouse between the arms. Oh no, you're kind. Eh. Yeah, well, I remember about the time you were talking about the down blouse. I also remember about but you're talking about this. Yeah, I mean, it's kind of the same pose. Yeah, actually. Yeah, I think I was gonna draw the Cerno drawing, but I think I scrapped it actually. I was like, I'm not really too interested in that drawing. So maybe I'll do another one. I have no idea. I have no idea if I'll actually do it or not. But still, this one's already amazing. Yeah, I do like it, kinda, sorta. I think the torso needs to be shortened a little bit, but that's besides the point. Yeah, no, I do want to do a pose like that. Because like one time I saw a pose that was similar to that, and I really liked it. So, although it may not be Cerno, I might do it of a different character. Rip our Ice Baka Fairy, true. I'm awesome. Well, Dennis likes boobs more than no boobs. Uh, uh, I do like I do like boobs in all shapes and sizes. Is that true? Yeah, mostly. Is that true? I don't know. You said all shapes and sizes? Then when are you drawing Minecraft Alex with rectangular melons? You know, I did say all shapes and sizes, but just because I can appreciate all chests does not mean I don't have a preference. Hello, 14. How's your day going? I'm gonna try drawing alongside these streams. It helps me feel more pressure to draw. I don't have a lot of that in my environment. Well, fair enough. Yeah, you won't have to lie to the hub. It's After all, lying is very bad. If 18 is an unk, what are you, Ultemi? I'm a slightly older unk, I see. Can you draw Mark from Invincible? No. How does her how does Beatrice's undershirt even work? Hmm. Well, I tried. This scratchy, messy hair you got right now for Beatrice is so much more charming than the rigid spirals in the anime. Yeah, unfortunately with the anime, you have to make it solid so you can animate it better. It's unfortunate though. Hair tends to look better in manga. Is that true? Yeah, that's absolutely true. Hair tends to look better in manga and light novels and stuff like that than in anime, which is very sad. True, Bearco. What are you drawing? I'm drawing Beatrice from ReZero. Just a sketch. It's more of an overcoat. Oh, right. Yeah, no, I'm sorry. Yeah, not actually the undercoat, the undershirt, because there's like this. She has the like shawl thing, and then under the shawl thing, she has like this, yeah, overcoat, I suppose. And then under that there's like the undershirt. What the heck is that design? I didn't think it was that complicated. It's not really that complicated, but it's more complicated than I gave it credit for. I guess it's always hidden. It's usually hidden like under I feel is it actually usually hidden? Or am I just blind? I don't know. Anyways, yeah. What part? The middle, like the actual body is like the design that goes on there is a little bit more complex than I thought. There's a lot of like it seems okay, the anime design is a lot more manageable. That's for sure. No, it's a dress. Is that just part of this? Is that just a dress like just straight up? Is it not even a is it just one thing? Cuz like this turns into that. That turns into a dress. Um this part it's still pretty layered. It is very layered, it seems. Looking at the wait, is that's not even the anime design actually. That's just is that the no, that's surely the design in the anime is. No, it's actually that complicated. Okay. Damn. They had to animate that? There's a shawl, the dress, then her little stockings as full pants. Yeah, yeah. The actual dress is just more detailed than I thought. I never put too much thought into like looking at it. She really does have like that prince. I never really got princess vibes from her, but seeing like the entirety of the design, yeah, I think it's supposed to be like a princess like locked away in like I get like princess locked away in a castle, which kind of makes sense, I guess. That makes sense, obviously. Non-modern clothing, originally were very layered, and she seems to have this style of clothing from some previous century. Yeah, yeah, seems so. Anyways, it's gonna be super unclear the design on the sketchbook rather than digital because I'm not gonna clean this up. It's gonna stay as a messy sketch. Yeah, she definitely has like a Victorian thing to it. She can go to a ball in this. Maybe I'll just draw her face. I'm just gonna draw Beatrice's face. Okay, turns out Beatrice's design is actually good. Maybe I'll add her to my list of characters to draw. Um, Echo. Beaco. There you go. It's actually really weird how nowadays we don't really layer clothes anymore, and even if we do, it's very caveman simple. Maybe it's because we don't need to. Like I would guess probably the places with the most layered clothing were probably the places where you needed like protection from a lot of rain and like the environment. Excuse me. But probably nowadays because we have like just a bunch more, we're just better at defending against the environment. Maybe we don't need the super layered clothing. Also, probably a part of it has to do with like fashion. I think fashion still has a good amount of layered clothing. Like I've seen some fashion, but maybe it's like going more towards simplicity, utility. Maybe I don't know. It's certainly got a lot more boring, that's for sure. Decide to draw her laying in Subaru's arms and healing him while he sleeps. Just the concept, at least. Don't know how far I'll get into it. What? Good luck. All right, what was I gonna do? I was doing something. Right, this thing. Oh, right, no, I was gonna draw Beatrice's just face, just her face. She got the frills too. Damn, they really want to make this design really cool and also really annoying to draw or animate. I'm joking. It is a good design. No, legit. She probably is a nightmare to animate fully. Yeah. Which is crazy because not really crazy, in season 3, she does have a good spotlight. So it's weird how I didn't notice. I wonder how they actually simplified her design because they must have done that if they were animating her. Especially in like episode 2, I feel like there is more highlight there. So the fact that I didn't notice much of anything either means, yeah, I don't know. I kind of want to look back at those episodes now. Or actually maybe even just season 4. I know Sori has it so she's unconscious. You're right, you're right. But at least episode 2 has her in season 3. So I kind of want to see. I can only imagine that how. Yeah, that must have been a blessing. Why am I coughing? Maybe I need water. Give me 1 second. Oh, really? It's gonna have the most Beatrice content of any season so far. Well, I'll I'll certainly pay more attention. Then we have Pandora with one of the simplest designs. Do I like Pandora's design more than Beatrice? I think so. I do like the simplicity. I think also just like white and blue. I think the like a white and blue color palette looks good to me. That must be relatively easy to animate though. At least compared to Beatrice. Which is funny because Pandora barely appears. I think the back of the head would I want it to be there. Bringing in the cranium. Skull. Oh. Just gonna put it just gonna put it over here. What's going on with no one? I don't know. Hello, bro. How's your day going? Yeah, Pandora has a bit of a season one Monogatari Shinobu situation going on. Oh, really? According to the character designer. I mean, I'd assume there's nothing how much like how much like Shinobu season one? How much of Shinobu Bakemonogatari? Like Band-Aid or I can't I'm not gonna lie, I can't see her having a Band-Aid. But we're just saying something like it, so I could just imagine just no Band-Aid. Far as I've heard, less. Okay, that makes sense. That makes sense. I'd believe it. There's an idea of scary purity going on with the theme of her character. No, I could. Yeah, I think I can get that vibe. She's something. She's something for sure. I do always like the presence that she brings on when she's on screen, though. As a character, she's one of my favorites. Even though she doesn't really appear, but I do like just the vibe that she has. It sticks with ya. Yeah, whenever she shows up, the whole tone immediately changes. Yeah. Yes, indeed. Hold on. What expression was I gonna do for Beatrice? I can just do the normal one, like the normal. Yeah, yeah. But yeah, I mean, there's a reason I've drawn Pandora the most out of I think any ReZero character. Which is not to say that she's my favorite ReZero character, but maybe design wise, actually. No, I must be forgetting a character. Echidna. Daphne. I do like Regulus's design. Capella. Yeah, yeah, I don't know. I don't know what you mean by Band-Aid, but it reminded me of the Band-Aid on Nips aesthetic, which is technically safe for work even on YouTube. Really? Interesting. Yeah, no, that's what we're talking about, but not the Nips. You know, there's a dude who knew the exact timestamp, which is not that surprising. I mean, I think anyone could know the exact timestamp for Bakemonogatari. Episode 15. It's near the end. It's like right there near the end. Um when Shinobu's doing a bunch of flips. But I forget the actual timestamp. My favorite design in ReZero hasn't been introduced in the story yet. Oh, okay. No, not the Nips. I love luxuries. I love luxuries design because she's not lewd at all. Hmm? I don't know who that is. Okay, so I'm gonna bring in the eyebrows again. Um, then she has these butterflies. Ah, I see. Incredible work from Monogatari creators. Yes. Yes, indeed. It's funny, before I even got into Monogatari, I have seen that scene before. Like, I think just seeing clips of it, I can't even remember where. I don't somewhere. I saw a clip of it somewhere, and people were discussing it. And so when I actually got to that episode in Monogatari, I was like, oh, I know this. I know this thing. And so I actually knew what to look for. Carmilla is her name, and I really like her design. Carmilla. Ain't that one of the witches? Was that not the Witch of Lust? If you're talking about the Witch of Lust, then she no, but maybe yeah, you probably maybe I'm misremembering. Yeah, well, we've seen her design unless her design changes in season 4 or something. Not like I'd actually want to know, but if it doesn't change in season 4, then haven't we already seen her design in season 2? Like when they all yeah, maybe there's maybe just a different design. Probably just a different design. That makes sense actually. Yeah, she was there. Only design we know of her so far. Oh, okay. Well, yeah, I think we need more band-aids. Fair enough. You know, I have drawn my fair share of no, not really. I think I've done like one drawing that actually features band-aids, and that's it. It was one illustration. It was an illustration with 3 characters. Um, I think it was Pathos, Frieren, and Ononoki. I'm pretty sure. I drew it a long time ago. These things on her hair, these bows. What happens when she turns it? Okay, they do just obscure her pigtails. Okay, these pigtails are very large, but it's cool. In fact, maybe I can round her chin off a little bit more. Maybe like this. And then what happened to music? It was the yeah, it's being filtered, so there's no music for the stream. She appeared on season 2 after Amelia fails his test. Oh, yeah, maybe Minerva, the Witch of Wrath. I think everyone knows Belle Delphine, but you got to give it to her that she was a master at choosing the right outfits, including band-aids, poses, and camera angles for her content. Probably. I don't think I've seen much of her content. I know her for like the there's a thing. I forgot what it was. I There's something that she did. um, Maybe I just know her because she was like super popular, but I don't know much about her. Yeah, the bathwater, but not that. I think I was thinking about the octopus thing. She had like there was one time where she was messing around with an octopus, like a dead octopus. I think that's what I was remembering. Hello, practicing anatomy. Yeah, something like that. Hello, thy death comes. How's your day going? Something bathwater. All I know is she fell off the moment she opened an OnlyFans, and that's just poetic. Oof. That really is. That's interesting. I wonder why. She fought an octopus? I don't think so. I think she was messing around with it. Camilla appeared for Subaru. She was using Rem's appearance. Yeah, but after she was using Rem's appearance, she turned back into her normal self with like the pink hair, the scarf, and the white coat. I believe is her. It's like a pink hair, green scarf, and I don't know if it's white or like a pinkish, like a very light pink coat thing. But I feel like we definitely saw her. Yeah, yeah. Unless there's like a witch we're missing, which might just be Pandora, but she definitely exists. Anyways, yeah. She was a master at teasing without actually feeding you nudity. So when she actually did give the nudity away, all her content kind of died down because she killed people's heat for their imagination. Okay, that makes sense. The allure was in the unknown. It turns out that a bunch of things regarding humans are just about is just about the unknown, whether it be gods, legends, anything. It's all about the unknown. So it's even down to attraction too. Hmm, that makes sense, I guess. That's cool. Did I just say that's cool? Yeah, I guess. White coat, green scarf, and pink hair. Yeah, yeah. Mm, yeah. All the witches had cool designs. I think my favorite witch design, not counting Pandora because I don't know what's up with her, is probably Echidna, and then after that, I like Sekhmet. Is it Sekhmet? I don't know how to say her name. Let's just go with Sekhmet. Oh, the Witch's Sloth, and I like Daphne. Those designs are really cool. My friend just said that Carmilla's hair looks like a dick. I mean, you know, you know, I won't, I won't really disagree. Faith is kind of part of how we operate, probably because we tend to forget things. Yeah, it gotta make sense. Yeah. 1 second. Okay. Oh, she's a butterfly bow, or whatever this thing is. A butterfly ribbon. Yes, Sekhmet. I find Typhon disturbingly adorable. How can something so innocent be so scary? That's fair. That's true. Imagine instead of snakes, there was some with dicks for hair. Oh no. That 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 sounds like a messy hair. Like that don't seem like it'd be so convenient. To be fair, I don't think snakes for hair is also convenient as well. Like when you lay down, your hair is warm and has bones. I don't think having bone hair or hair that has bones is going to be very comfortable, especially if they're the type of like snake hair that has their own mind and they do their own thing. Oof. What's your opinion on the cuckold genre? I mean, I'm not into it. I don't really care. Cuckold. Yeah, I don't care. Same like with most things. It's like, not my cup of tea, but I don't really care. Do what you do. I'm still wondering how on earth to use snakes as a cat's cradle rope. That's a good question. I did have the thought. I was like, how do snakes work like that? But you know what? She's the goddess. Goddess snakes can do whatever the goddess snakes wants to do with snakes. I guess. Didn't expect the response this lukewarm. I don't know. I'm pretty lukewarm about a lot. I do say I'm very boring. I don't know. It exists. I don't really care. People can go wild and whatever they want to do. For the most part. Yeah. I had to think about it. I was like, wait, no, but then I specified in my mind. I was like, yeah, okay. Morning wood here would be especially inconvenient. Suddenly your head is just elevated off of your bed. Do they like go out in like a porcupine, like a spiky ball type shape, or do they all like point in one direction? How do you style that? Can you like tie it in a hair and like a bun? Probably not. Is it worth getting upset about? No. What have you done your major in? Well, I haven't gone to college, but in high school, I think, yeah, I was the best at math. Is Anatomy Without Gesture Knowledge a guessing game? No, it just Anatomy Without Gesture Knowledge just becomes you can make good you can make like a good anatomical structure, but it doesn't like look very interesting. It's just pretty boring. Flow and dynamism is very interest is it makes the drawing look interesting. Like gesture drawing without anatomy knowledge is just a boneless, really energetic. It's boneless but really energetic. But anatomy without gesture drawing is very structurally sound and it looks correct, but it looks boring, I think. Do you remember anything in math? Oh, not really, not at all. After I was done with high school, I kind of just like I almost not you can't really purposely forget things, but I purposefully did not think about. Like I just focused on a bunch of other things to purposefully forget the things that I was doing in school. For the most part, of course. Like you need like you need to do basic arithmetic, of course. But anything more complex and that I probably wouldn't need, yeah, I forgot it. Um of course, one day if I need to like learn the things again, I can totally do that. So I never found it too pressing to like remember all the things. Plus, I mean, maybe one day, I think math has like changed a lot for a while. So maybe I'll come back and I'll try and learn something again, and it'll be completely different, maybe even more accurate or efficient. When you draw, there's learning how to draw a thing, but there's also understanding how the thing moves. Anatomy does one, gesture does the other. Yep. If you inhale for 3 seconds and exhale for 3 seconds, 15 times, then stand up fast and blow on your thumb really hard, you can force yourself to faint. I see. What is that? The factory reset button? Hello, Danger Shadow Gamer, by the way. I don't think I said hello to you. Also, hello, Crack. Welcome to the stream. How's your day going? This Beatrice is very cute. I think I messed up a little bit on her jaw area, though. It's cool. I'm doing fine. Thanks. How are you? I'm doing good. I'm chilling. I'm just here. I was also good in maths and physics, but I was interested more in art, so I don't I assume I don't give a fuck about it anymore till now. No, I see. Goodbye, Script Note. Have a good day. Ah, hold on. Is there any like design on her thing? Yes, kind of. There's like this stripe that goes around. I need to finish the Tiarita drawing. You know, is it supposed to be Teorita? Because I think it's pronounced. How do you actually? Whatever. I'll just go with Teorita. I need to finish that drawing. The Ononoki drawing. I want to finish that one, which should be the easiest one to finish. Eh. I'm gonna do my 15-ish minutes obligatory. Oh, 15-ish minutes obligatory daily gesture drawing. I feel like I should move on to longer gestures instead of just 30 seconds or 1 minute ones. Fair enough. Maybe. Yeah, when I was doing gesture drawing, I kind of only focused on like one. I think it was I only ever did like 1 minute gesture drawings. I never went to 30 seconds. I felt that 1 minute was like generally like the perfect amount. For what I wanted to do at least. Seeing your ancient Pixif pieces from 2021 is a huge contrast to with your recent ones. You've improved so much. Huh? You found my Pixif? How old? Ancient. To be fair, yeah, it's kind of wild to look at the yeah. It's kind of wild to look at all those ones. I was like, wait, no, that one. But then I remembered, yeah, I went back to the. Anyways, yeah. Recently, I've been looking at my old drawings. Actually, it's been like really. It's been really. What's the word? Nice. In fact, just last night, I went back to like look at my old drawings, and I found a drawing that I actually liked the lighting for, and so I decided to Terita, I think. I so like that's Teo, right? Like Terita. Yeah, that's how I kind of been pronouncing it. But then every time I pronounce it, I switch it up and think, oh, maybe it's supposed to be Teo. But no, I think Teo. I think Teo makes more sense. It sounds more substantial. Um, where is that? I'm trying to look back at my I'm trying to find my old account actually. Because I'm not logged into it. Even though I'm actively using it and posting there, I don't have it on this. No, I do. I do. It's right there. Hold on. I forgot. I forgot I have that version of I have because I have Pixif and then I have PixEasy. And I'm logged into two different accounts on each account. So yeah. Yeah, Regula's body. So the reason her skin is white there is because it's actually not her skin. Like her power is she has like this shell basically over her entire. What the heck? Wait, hold on. Why does it look like that? I want to. Okay, cool. Anyways, yeah, her power is that she has like this shell thing or like a shield. And so when her shield comes over, basically her shield has been represented nowadays as like an actual armor rather than just like the skin turning like a different color. It's supposed to be like an outer layer basically. You're surprised that I found your Pixel account when you literally put it in one of your previous streams? You're right. I'm not surprised because it's not like I'm hiding it. It wasn't like a surprise. No, it was a surprise. I was like, "Oh, you have found it," but not like whatever. Ah, whatever. It was surprise, but not like true surprise. It wasn't like, "What? I cannot believe this. How in the nine realms have you managed to find my super secret hidden pixel?" Nah, I was just like mildly surprised. What was I doing? I was talking about something. Huh? What was I talking about? Yeah. I was saying last night I was looking at my old works and I found one which had really good lighting. I liked the lighting of it, but I think I could do it better. So I decided to start that. So I'm gonna try and finish it today. That's a lie. I'm not gonna finish it today. Not at all. But yeah, she's like a shy. Well, not. She's actually not really supposed to be shy anymore. That's not her characterization. But she used to be like kind of like a shy character. Yeah, shy ice spirit. What's my social security number? Doesn't exist. Doesn't exist. I mean, even from just like last year, to be fair. There's a lot of drawings I have that just were not like a character-based focus, but just like an anatomy-based focus. And then like I stopped posting for like a while, and then I came back and then I started drawing again. Even from like the old 001 drawing, I think of it, and then to like the newer one, it's a pretty large improvement, I think. Crazy stuff. How in the Nine Realms? I know it isn't, but it sounds like a reference to some cultivation story. I think How in the Nine Realms is supposed to be like a Norse mythology reference. I don't know actually. I think I've heard someone say that before, and I always thought, "Oh, that's a Norse mythology reference." But to be fair, I think maybe like yeah, maybe like they are taking from the Norse mythology too. Those cultivation novels. I'll keep writing it until you try to pronounce it someday, and I'll never pronounce it. Is this the way? Copying from reference, breaking anatomy down into simple shapes, and using what I learned from gesture? Or is it not the way? Yeah, I think that's the way. I think that works. Yeah, that's kind of what I do. That art where she's trying to lick the rain or make the ahegao is me waking up, regretting I do so because I want to sleep more. I see. Yeah, she's trying to lick the rain. I think in this case, I think that is a little bit out of character for her to do, actually, though. All right, what am I doing? Yep, still. Every time I get distracted, I come back and I say the words. What am I doing? What was I doing? Which at first was a joke, kind of, but um, I actually don't know what I was doing. Have you heard about the Your AI Slot Bores Me joke website? It could serve as some content for YouTube drawing stuff. People request there. Oh, for drawing stuff, people request there. Oh, it's like a place where people just put out their ideas and you can browse through and you can just select it. That's cool. I just got to the part in my drawing where I have to connect the hips and torso, and now I want to quit. That was a big problem for me. Connecting like the connection points between the body parts. That was a big part, like a problem for me. I mean, I made the video a cheat sheet on drawing the body, which is more so just me giving tips and going over the connection points. I don't know how well it'll help. Maybe you can check it out if you think it'll help. But I do not promise it will help. But I do try to kind of go over the connection points. At least I did the stuff that would have helped me when I was trying to get better at drawing the body. But I do not know if they will help you. Hmm. Sorosaki Hina. Very cool design. I like the horns. The glowing purple horn. Yeah, the horns were always the coolest part. Also her hair. I like the like curly flowy hair. Besides the point. Um, what was I drawing? Yeah, I don't know. I wasn't drawing anything actually. That's why I couldn't figure out what I was doing. I wasn't actually doing anything. That makes sense. Oh, it's a website where you LARP as an AI, but people ask you to draw something. Okay, cool. That's interesting. Your Byaku is too cute. Well, thank you very much, DJJ. Have you changed your mind about the twin tails? Oh, no, no one. Oh, no, you're not talking to me. You're talking to no one. Yeah, I was gonna draw a drawing. I was gonna do a drawing where I made her forehead very shiny. Let me do that again. Let me just do that. Hopefully, I don't struggle too much on doing this drawing without a big without like the skull guidelines. Okay, that kind of works. Um. Oh, that hurts. Her forehead is her charm point. Yes, yes, it is. Um. My problem, as you already know, for some was contradicting art advice, feeling of not improving, being too afraid to pick a pencil, and artistic quality standards. Yeah, I don't think you should think about quality standards. Just draw what you think is interesting, draw what you like, and if you feel like some advice is going to help you, then you can ask for advice. But if you feel like it will not help you or it will make you like not want to draw, then yeah, maybe yeah, I would recommend just follow your own interests. You have lots of drawings with lots of skin exposed. Ever thought about adding lots of scars, especially when you're drawing the tomboy or even a muscle mommy? Yeah, so what is the character? Laxu. Laxu actually has a bunch of not necessarily scars. They're supposed to resemble scars, but they're more so yeah, this character right here. Laxu. She's supposed to have a bunch of these like colorful scar-like shapes on her. And they're supposed to kind of represent scars, to be fair. Like they're kind of like the ghosts, like ghost scars or yeah, ghosts of scars, or whatever they are. They're not actual scars that you can like touch. They're just like the colors of where wounds were inflicted but are no longer inflicted because time stuff. But that's besides the point. Yeah, so Laxu actually is supposed to have a bunch of like markings on her body. I think I did that in one of my what drawing was that? I did a drawing like that, and I forgot. I think it was the drawing that I'm actually doing right now on the stream. The drawing that you're saying were like that was super soft looking or was it pillowy? I forget which word you used. In any case, that drawing originally in the sketch phase of that drawing, I did actually draw in the like a bunch of her like colorful scar looking things. It's like you have a nice rhythm of gesture drawing going, and suddenly they give you this ultra wonky body shape, and you run out of time before you get a sense of it. Yeah, fair enough. Soft and squishy dino tail lady. Yes, her. Hello, Dread and Bread. How's your day going? Is it still in the morning for you? Is it like 4 a.m.? 4 to I don't know why I went backwards. It's just like 4 to 5 a.m. Time gesture stresses me out too much, but I do want to learn to draw faster. It's 3 a.m. Well, that's better than 4. You need to go to sleep. You need sleep. Trust me, I would know. I need sleep too. Well, actually, even though I went to sleep pretty late last night, I actually got a reasonable amount of hours. So, yeah. Yeah, when I was doing time gesture drawing, I think at first it was kind of stressful. But after a certain point, you stop caring about I think you kind of just have to worry about not being perfect. Just you're not supposed to be perfect. You're just supposed to make a good flow. It's just supposed to carry energy. You don't need to you actually don't need to worry about anatomy. Gesture drawing is not about anatomy. It's about conveying like flow. So like even if you're just drawing like a stick man, you can draw a stick man that's like super flowy, like this. And it doesn't have to have good anatomy. You don't really have to worry about that. I want to draw like a sneaking pose. How would you do that? Something like this? I'm attracted to the drawing of the stretching pose at the bottom right of the. Oh yeah, this bottom right of the paper on the left. This one. Fair enough. I do like this drawing. It came out pretty cool. I was gonna shade it, but I actually ended up not shading it. Maybe I should go back and shade it. Megumin. I think I'm gonna draw Megumin at some point. Did I actually put that on my to draw list? Nope, I do not have. No, I do have Megumin. Okay, cool. Do I have Hina? I don't think I do. All right. This feels like Dennis ASMR. Kind of is. Kind of is. Dennis ASMR. The ice is mesmerizing. Fair enough, as it should be. If the ass is not mesmerizing, then you've drawn it wrong. Or so I say, but I think I've probably done a bunch of unmesmerizing asses. I loved listening to the Mega Man soundtrack techno remixes back in the day. Mega Man soundtrack techno remixes. I don't think I've ever really heard the Mega Man soundtrack. So many soundtracks, so many songs I just haven't heard. So much music. Not enough. Not enough time. Or maybe not enough interest, I don't know. I'll put the Hollow Knight slash Silk Song OST. Also, I like the Ender. I think I like the. Do I like the Ender Lilies OST more than the Silk? No, I don't think so. I think I do actually like the Silk Song OST more than Ender Lilies. Is that supposed to mean Molcat or Molchat? Molchat Doma. Nope, never heard of that. Never heard of that. I'm gonna die now. Bye bye. Oh no, that's not. That's not good. I recommend you fix that problem that is going to cause you to die. I had some good dreams last night. That's besides the point. Mm. You had some good dreams. Were they related to my fun fact related to sleeping on their belly? No, I just had. Okay, so I think I misleaded you with saying good dreams. I had interesting dreams. There's a dream where my house was in complete darkness. It was like raining and stuff, and for whatever reason, there's like a package on the front porch, even though the front porch was different than how it actually looks. And it was. I don't think anyone was home. I was like by myself. Kind of giving me like haunted house vibes. Anyways, so I went outside to get the package. It was also at nighttime. I don't know why. Um, and the package was like the rain wasn't actually hitting the package. So for some reason there was like some like something was blocking the rain from hitting where the package was. So I went outside to get the package, and it seems like like when I was trying to pick up the package, it was like stuck. Um, but eventually I did like get the package up. I was gonna take it back inside, and then when I was leaving, something like grabbed my foot and I tripped. Um, and then the dream ended. So when I said good dream, what I meant to say is interesting dream. I like I mean, whenever I have a nightmare, I do like the nightmare because it's more interesting than like a just a boring normal dream. My normal dreams are boring and they have like this weird anxious quality. My nightmares do have an anxious quality to them, whereas like I there's an anxious, weird, odd feeling in my just in my I feel odd. Like there's something that I'm forgetting or there's something that's gonna go wrong. Um, but at least the nightmare has an interesting plot to it. Sounds like something that would happen in Lord of Mysteries universe that would get the Nighthawks on your ass. Oh no. On my ass. That's not good. I don't want to be investigated. Sounds about right. I love dreams to inspire me. I'm always getting them on fucking school nights though. Oof. Yeah, so that's kind of what I consider a good dream. All my best dreams are also dreams that probably are not the most fun. Not the most fun things happen, but it's fun to remember them. 'Cause it's like watching a movie or remembering a movie that you starred in. It's like being in VR, but like immersiver. That's not a word, immersiver. More immersive, you know? Oh no, she doesn't have as big of a forehead in this drawing. Let me try and fix that. I can't fix it. I fucked up the forehead. It's too small. And it's weird that my dreams always have this like weird anxious feeling accompanying them because I don't really consider myself an anxious person. So I do find it weird. Small foreheaded Betty's a crime. I know, right? I think it's more so that I put the eyebrows to no, it is also the forehead. Ugh, what a shame. I can't believe I've done this. Another reason why it was well, I was like, "Oh, you found the Pixif," is also I don't know why I'm coming back to this, but my neurons finally connected. It's funny. No, the reason it was a little bit surprising is because you'd have to get the right website to put the ID into. Because if you don't know where to put the ID, then you're not gonna find the profile. So for someone who doesn't use it, use the website, then they wouldn't find it. So I was like, "Oh, you okay." Classic habit of mine is drawing the forehead too small. I draw two heads. Oof. I don't think the forehead hair I've drawn is like too small, but for the character, it's supposed to be like a larger forehead. So I failed. I failed the character. I just wanted to draw a shiny forehead. Yeah, Pixif account ID. Pixif account ID. You'd have to know where to put it. I just see a lot of Pixif account IDs because I got a friend who makes an anime girl bot for Discord, so he sends a lot of Pixif links. I see. Yeah, Pixif. I always wondered, when I first got into Discord, because I only just got into Discord like last year, I was like, why are they making the links not the links? Like, why are they modifying the links to like not be the actual website? Is it to get around like no, actually I don't know. Is it to get around moderation? Hello, Sloth. Monday stream, yes. Like, is it to make it to make it like what's the word for it? Embed? Like to show up as an actual image? Why do they do that? Which link? Just any link. Any link for like you can do it for Twitter and stuff, and it's a tool website to create an embed. Okay. Oh, okay, okay. So there's like a separate website that's not actually related. Well, it's a separate website that's mapped directly onto what to like they just take the okay. But they make it so you can just modify the link because they're using the same like system of the way that they do that the URL. The URL is like the same layout, but they just modify the name. So when you put in the name and then you modify it, it turns into the appropriate. That's okay. That's cool. I'm not a coding guy, so Many websites have fucked up embeds on Discord, especially when it's NSFW content or something similar. Oh, okay. Proportions on smaller bodies is still a bit challenging. That's fair. If for Twitter, then yeah, they turn Twitter links into an embed. Yeah, I've seen it for like Pixiv too. Yeah, they make similar links, so it's simpler to quickly fix up the links whenever sharing. Yeah, that's cool. So you can, yeah, you can just copy you can copy the URL from the actual Pixiv link, but then you just modify. Yeah, that's neat. Coders, coders are cool. I don't like this face. I'll do another one. Another one. I will make sure I get this forehead right. Oh, it's also because I put her eyes too high up. Twitter often turns off embed when it's NSFW, so you would need to modify. Oh, okay, I see. I wonder if if an anime weeb slash furry drew their waifu husbando and wondered how would my waifu husbando react to my drawing I made of them. I think people do that sometimes. Probably. Um, like that, and then I think my characters would just kill me for the shit I put them through. Oof. How could you do this to us? Used to be an adventurer. I used to be a programmer like you until I took a procrastination and endless unfinished projects to the knee. Oh, to the ego. I see. I could never draw a bald character. Oh, is that true? Fair enough. Yeah, proportion on smaller bodies are difficult. At least they used to be. I still do struggle sometimes. It depends how like actually exaggerated the smallness is. That makes me think of recreators. Wait, what makes you think of recreators? I do want to watch recreators. Like finish it though. Oh, I have so many anime to finish. Will you ever draw a bald female monk but still sexy? That does kind of remind me of Saitama. No, I don't know. Will I ever draw a monk? I don't know. I've only ever drawn one bald character, and that was Saitama. It just looks ugly. This is why I desperately need to draw hair quickly. I see. Why don't you just sit in the ugliness? Running away from ugliness is a sign that, I don't know, something, something, something. Wise the words, something, something. You know? You get what I'm saying? The creations come to life and meet with the. Oh, that's the scenario you're talking about. Yeah, okay, gotcha. Yeah, no, that makes sense. Makes a lot of sense. That's true. Why have you made us like this? We were made just to suffer? Just to die? The hardships. Yeah. I wonder if artists with super high quality standards appreciate fan art that is anatomically incorrect and stiff, even though they tried. Um, see, because like whenever you ask a question like that, the answer is gonna be like sometimes, but also sometimes not. Like I think a lot of people are kind of fine. Like I think an artist, usually artists can understand. Oh, you know, you may have drawn this wrong, but you tried. You know, you put effort into it. Especially if it's of your OC. I think the idea that someone even wanted to draw your OC in the first place can be very like it. You know, I think that's like a flattering thing. And so even the attempt to draw your OC is like a Yeah, I don't think they really mind. Um, for the most part. But again, of course, there are some people who do care. It just depends. Maybe if it maybe just like in general. I think in general, usually people don't care that much. As long as there was an attempt. Yeah, as long as there was an attempt. Recreator God. Yeah, God of Ink is. Dun, 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 No. Anyways, yeah, love that OST. Not. I love that OST. Hiroyuki Sawano, really good composer. That guy. He makes some good music. 86, Attack on Titan, recreators, many more anime. The Cultivation story creators would get absolutely fucked in a recreator storyline. Well, yeah, fair enough. I'd love if someone drew my OC. I think it's flattering. I think it's flattering. Hello, Chess. How's your day going? Imagine going to bed with a playlist made by someone which is just Evangelion ambience, and waking up in a bed full of cold sweat to the sound of the second impact. Oh. I think it's the idea that counts. Yeah, I think so. For most people. But also there are some people who want the end result to actually be accurate. Just depends on what type of perfectionist you are. Or if you are a perfectionist or whatever. Singularity psychology. I have no psychology. I'm just blank. Empty. What are your favorite anime? I don't know if someone asked that already. ReZero, the Monogatari series, Steins Gate, Attack on Titan, Frieren, Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood, and then there's a bunch of others. Vinland Sagas, Shadow House Season 1. Haven't seen Season 2. I like Summertime Rendering. That was really fun too. Cyberpunk Edge Runners. That was cool. Chainsaw Man, obviously. Made in Abyss. That was good as well. Call of the Night. To Your Eternity. Eh, I like Fate Zero. I haven't watched any. I haven't really finished Unlimited Blade Works yet. No, yeah. Both manhua and manhua. I just said the same thing. I just pure aura slop garbage. This still goes to goes to the even. No, hold on. This still goes to even the most popular one, no matter how well they wrote the story. Ultimately, it's a stage to flex the characters. Well, yeah. I mean, some people just like that. To be fair, yeah. Sometimes the purpose of a story is just to be full of cool moments. Yeah. You can do it in a way that's well written, or you can do it in a way that's poorly written. At the very least, make it entertaining. Like every cultivation story features mass massacres, which lead to grudges, which result in horrifying ways of revenge, and the characters have godlike powers. It's like horror farming. It depends on why the story was written. Was it written for the aura, or was it written for the story? Manhua. I don't think it has to be like that. For instance, I think that isn't link click. Like, what is link click? Link click. What is that? Is that a novel, or is that like was it originally a light novel, or was it a or manhua or whatever it is? Actually, I don't know what the Chinese equivalent of it is. It might just be manhua. Imagine Pathos with her silly, scary face comes to you asking questions. I'd take it. Pathos is adorable no matter what face she has. I watched a bit of Initial D, which is an anime about cars racing around the tough roads in Mount Akina. Akina. It's the same template copy that has been milked to death. And yes, manhua is Chinese. Okay, cool. Yeah, I don't think so. I think in general, there's always like okay. I think yes, of course. Like there's a lot of popular ones that I mean. I think Yami says it the best. It depends on why it was written. I don't think it. I don't think like an entire culture has to write the same way. I don't think that's how it works. So I think in general, of course, there's like sure there's going to be things that are popular and do well, and so a lot of people will do the popular thing, but also there's going to be people who don't do that and want to make like a different story. I prefer if stories were made with care and imagination instead of trying to make the most YouTube Shorts moments. Yeah. Of course, I do like the stories like that. I don't necessarily yeah. I like the stories that, of course, have more story in it than, or, you know, aura farming. In the end, though, I think that an author really should just make whatever it is that they want to make. I think if an author truly does want to just make like a story that's just full of aura farming, then I think they should do that. I wish I had the same amount of aura as Frieren. Fair enough. Speaking of, is Frieren on my list of characters to draw? Frieren is not on my list of characters to draw. Yep. Nope. Okay. Am I on your list of characters to draw? I don't think you're a character sloth. As far as I know, you're a living, breathing, human cat drawer person. Any other character, perhaps, for our overall knowledge? Or asking, what are you asking? Because I am really bad with context. Are you talking to me or are you talking to someone else in chat? I really do try to have to. What characters do you have on your list? I had. Don't turn off. I had Fallen. I had Anna from what's that thing? Dream Barbecue. Megumin. I have Ronnie. I had Pandora. I mean, I have Pandora again, so maybe I'll draw Pandora again. I have Draco again from Queen Draco from Fate Grand Order. I have I have Freerin, obviously, put that there. Now Beatrice is on my list from ReZero. Um, hold on, let me separate these two things. I want to draw 00001 from Darling in the Franks again. Ononoki was there. I think I'm gonna cross that off the list because I'm already drawing her again. I kind of want to draw Cagliostro from I think it's Grand Blue Fantasy. Capella from ReZero. It's a lot. I have about 70 of them. I have about like 75 characters on the list. I'm Leviathan from Nikkei or Nike, however you want to say it. I want to draw Hina. Sorasaki Hina. I think it's Sorasaki Hina. Although maybe it's Sorisaki. I forget the spelling of her name. Um, yeah, a lot of characters. What about Eris from Konosuba? True. Nah, I don't know. I don't have the want to draw her. I don't know why though. I don't know why though. She never really stuck out to me. Who the heck is the with the white hair? Really, she was my favorite character. No, it's fair. I don't know. I don't know why. Um, I like her character, but she never stuck out to me as a person to draw. Yeah, no, I like her character, especially in like season. What was the latest season is season 3, right? Yeah, especially in season 3. But I don't know. There's not many characters in Konosuba that I do want to draw. Actually, to be fair, I think Megumin. That's about it. Read me text. What about your text? Um, They mostly write the same way. I figured it out after reading Slot for so long. They wrote it to grab audience attention, to grab audience goldfish attention. They are no longer following the story in which they are no longer following the story they wish to write. They got forced by their publisher. Any other way around to follow the trend? Well, yeah. Some people are like that. Yeah. Whoa. Right. Hey, read the Leviathan manhwa. I am reading the Leviathan manhwa, the one about like the underwater world. Not underwater world, but like the world is flooded and stuff. Yeah, I have read it. I remember reading it when it was uploading, but the chapter ran out. Heard they finished it. Yeah, I was in the middle of reading it. I think I eventually stopped. I think I'm like on chapter 18 to 20. I don't know where. I'm somewhere in there. I'm pretty early on. Konosuba has generally simple and generic designs for characters. I mainly mean their clothing. So I guess it makes sense why you wouldn't be excited to draw them. Maybe. I don't know if simplicity is like I don't know what it is. Why do I want to draw Megumin? I like her design, I guess. But I don't think it's like I really think it's random, to be fair. Like, I like Pandora's design, but Pandora's design is not the most, what's it called? Like, complex design in ReZero. Like, even Beatrice has a way more complex design. Um, Echidna has a way more complex, yeah, it's just, so it's not complexity. I think it just happens, some things just happen to, like, make me want to draw them, and some things don't. Because she's Megumin. Fair enough. Konosuba is comedic, ReZero is dark and serious, while Overlord is serious and stupid at the same time. True. Oh, speaking of Overlord, is Shaltir on my list? Because I actually haven't. I kind of scrapped that drawing of Shaltir, so let me put her back on my. Also, the black and white girl with the black and white one that appeared in the first episode of season 2 but never appeared again. I like her design too. Or me Shaltir. Not there yet. Oh yeah, you're streaming from your phone, so you wouldn't see Discord messages. Oh yeah, no, I don't have no can't see Discord messages right now. One of the other unfortunate side effects of streaming from my phone. Well, yeah, I probably won't be doing another traditional stream for a little while because this music thing is unfortunate. How long has this stream been going on for? About 3 hours. Maybe I should end the stream and just go to a digital stream. Or should I do that? Maybe I'll do that. I do want to finish the not the mag. I want to finish the Ononoki drawing. I have another drawing that I was. How much drawings can I actually finish on stream? The Laxu drawing. I do have that drawing to finish. Maybe I can do that. Should be pretty easy. No, sing for us. Oh, YouTube copyrighted your own music. No, it's not that I can't play my music. It's just that my music is being filtered. Like it's literally being suppressed because of voice isolation. If you watch Doro Hedoro, I think you'd be interested in drawing Ibisu. Ibisu? I'll look it up. And I guess. Nope, that's from Toho. That's a Toho character. So I've gotten the wrong character. Why did I just need? Maybe. Let me just search. Maybe I'll get it. The door, Hedora. Is you? Is it you? Nope, you're Uma Musume. Yeah, the girl from the Slain Theocracy, I think. If that's the actual name of her faction. Yes, you. Um, Doro Hedora. Okay, yeah, then I'll just take this. There you go. Her, the purple hair. Okay, purple hair. Very good. Is this an Iwatumushi drawing? Damn. I haven't seen your art in a while. She is cute. I do like her hair. I do like her hair. You're right. You're right. Yeah. Her design is cool. Apron is a sole piece of clothing. For Pandora, yeah. Well, it's not even an apron. Wait, what are you talking about? You talk about Pandora, then yeah, it's kind of like that. It's like a poncho thing. Yeah, people overestimate themselves a lot in Overlord. I do want to watch Dora Hedora one time. Seems like a really interesting anime. I will keep it in mind to do that. He does seem really cute when watching Dorohedoro, but that's because of how gross slash gruesome everything else in that story is. I see. I'm asking your opinion on whether apron as a sole piece of clothing, as in, oh, is something I draw? Yeah, I think so. I think so. You're really a chill artist. Well, I'm glad you think so. No, I'm not chill. I'm chaotic, destructive. I break the mold. No bounds can hold me. Nothing can restrict me. I am unrestrictable, unable to be contained. Anyways, yeah. Yeah. I will riot. I will riot in a rage. As for Dorohedoro, if you seek absolutely chaotic fever dream story with lots of action and gross but really cool visuals, then yeah, I could recommend it. Nice. Yeah, I'll probably do that. Hey there, folks. Join to say good night to the creator of Chaos himself. No, wait, wrong account. I'm sorry. The relaxing music turns into BFG division from Doom. I think the only Doom thing I know is like the super popular. The only thing they fear is you. I just wanted to make your forehead shiny. Yep, I messed up this face a lot, but it'd be like that. Can't make a good drawing every single drawing, otherwise there'd be no good drawings. It'd just be drawings. Also, the soundtrack of Dorohedoro is orgasmic good. Nice. No name, or however they were called is God tier. Well, I'll check it out. This is where I got. Oh, okay. Good night, Okon. The only thing they fear is you is a good one. Yeah, still, I think it's the only one I know. I haven't actually played Doom. Wait, no, we have Doom. We have Doom. We have one of the Dooms. I don't know if it was Doom Eternal or what. Really intense shading on very cute face. But then it makes me feel like I'd have to do really intense shading on the rest of the drawing, like the hair and stuff. Which is something I could do. Doom fan when they have to fight 40k Warhammer fan on who is the cordiest fandom alive. I haven't actually heard anything about the Doom fandom, actually. Actually haven't really heard anything on the 40k fandom either. Warhammer 40k. Yeah, I think we're gonna move over to the digital stream in a second. I'll probably turn on the digital stream. I'll let it run for a little while because I'm gonna eat like a fruit or something, like a banana. Or maybe a pear. A pear sounds really good, actually. I'll have to shade the air too. I'll have to shade the inside of the air too. Um, Something like this. I've never played Doom, but I've listened to some of the soundtrack. Oh, I see. Yeah, I've only played a little bit of Doom. I'll be honest, the only reason I've drawn her like this was just so I can have a highlight on the forehead. That's the only reason. I just wanted a highlight on the forehead. Pears are absolutely goated. Definitely one of my favorite, if not my favorite fruit. Well, yeah, pears are great. I think my favorite fruit is mango. Because mangoes are mangoes. At least as long as you get a good mango. I think the best mango has like trumped all of the other fruits I've had. But there's also some other good fruits like eh give me 1 second. Ah, other good fruits like I like persimmons. Persimmons are cool sometimes. Sometimes. Jackfruit. Jackfruit was really good. I think I love jackfruit, but then I became allergic to it, so I can't eat jackfruit anymore. I think the reason I'm good with letting go of things, a lot of things have been taken away from me. My controllers used to break as a child. My I just became allergic to a bunch of things, which is like, what? You can't just do that to me. How the hell you gonna let me taste something that tastes good, and then you're gonna make me allergic to that? Like, what are you talking about? What are we doing? Shit. I like raspberries and strawberries. Yeah, they're great. Strawberries. I think I like strawberries. I don't know. I think strawberries and raspberries are equal to me. Raspberries. My favorite fruit are definitely pears, watermelons, and gooseberry. Use use translate, so I don't know if it's correct. English term. But in Polish it's agrest, agrest. Yep, one of those were correct. If you say all the pronunciations you can think of, then surely one of them is going to be likely to be correct. Um, I don't like watermelons. I think watermelons are one of my most hated fruits. I have beef with watermelons only because they're just kind of disappointing to me. They kind of just taste like water, which is like what they say they taste like, of course, cuz they're called watermelons, but I'm not going to lie. If I wanted water, if I wanted water, okay, I drink water. But watermelons just taste like grass, slightly sweet grass water, and I don't want grass water. Hello, Nick. How's your day going? You also never eaten a good watermelon? Yeah, that's probably true. Probably. Pineapples are good. I love pineapples. Pineapples. To me, watermelons are too goddamn sweet. I don't think I've ever had a really sweet watermelon. I think you just ate low quality watermelon if they just taste like grass water. Probably. But yeah, damn watermelon. Damn watermelons. I have beef with watermelons. It's not even that they're bad, they're just, like, not good. Um, Also, Polish is literally read the same as it's written, so you just gotta understand which letter is which sound, and you can read it all perfectly. No, that makes sense, actually, yeah. A language where the language doesn't actually change the words based on the way it's written? What? What is this magic? Says the English speaker. Are you saying that trough and trough and dough don't actually are not pronounced the same way, even though they're spelled the same way, kinda? Tomatoes and cucumbers are also top tier fruits. Fair enough. But definitely not for their sweetness like other fruit. They kind of have their own separate list. Yeah, they're very versatile with how you can put them together with other stuff. Unlike watermelon, if they're extremely fresh, it doesn't take long for it to taste awful. Oh, I see. Cucumbers are vegetables? Yeah, actually, that. Wait, are you know what? I went with it. Are cucumbers vegetables? I don't know. I honestly don't know. Look, tomatoes are definitely fruits, but you guys can discuss what's a fruit or not. I'm gonna be back. I'm not gonna be back. I'm still here. I'm gonna go set up the digital stream. Jet engine, turn on. Just kidding. I don't need the jet engine to be on. Cucumbers are fruits. Oh, I see. What happened to Betty face? I made it super, super shaded so I can give a highlight to the forehead. Okay, so let me see. But there are some dumb things in Polish, like several pairs of letters that sound the same, but for some reason, sometimes you write one and sometimes the second. Oh, I see. Getting blown away by the fans right now. Oof. Okay, I'm going to. I'm starting up OBS. I'm also going to start up the music. Hello. Music, are you musicking? Yes, the music is musicking. Okay, cool. I need to, before I even start that, I'm gonna open up some projects so I can just immediately have. Okay, hold on. I want to open up yes, placeholder one. Placeholder one. Okay, that's the Terita drawing that I cannot show. So I'm gonna move this up. Um, full placeholder two. It doesn't look like you're giving her highlight on her forehead. No, there's definitely a highlight on the forehead. There's certainly a highlight, yeah. Okay. Folder placeholder 3 doesn't exist. Placeholder 4, what's that? Oh, right, those. 5. So what's number 6? Number 6 was a new drawing I was doing. I think number 6 is that drawing. Yes, number 6 was that drawing. Number 7 was the Melusine drawing. Number 8 was an empty drawing. Oh, number 8 is the Suna drawing. Or Suna. Is it Suna or Suna, actually? Yeah, it's that drawing. I see. Neat. And finally, number 9 is the Ononoki drawing. And placeholder drawing is just a placeholder drawing. Or the Patreon drawing is just that drawing. Okay. I think you should set up some scenes in your OBS on keybinds to quickly switch them in case you do actually accidentally show something or when you want to cover up something and show. That's probably true. Yeah, I'll set that up later. Nowadays I just don't have anything that could possibly be shown, basically. See, unfortunately my setup is just not I don't have my keyboard like directly in front of me. So it might just be better for me to just click off of the thing rather than do a keybind. Yeah, okay, I'm gonna go directly to I'm gonna start the broadcast now. Okay, well, I've started the new stream. New stream has started, so yeah. You guys can help. You guys can go over to the other stream if you want, and I will be right back. Yep, we'll be back. I can't see the new one. It might take a little while to pop up, but I'm sure it's there. In a second. I'll sure it'll be there in a second then. But goodbye. Have a good day.